Somehow, whenever we go diving, I always find myself on a dirt road. What is up, guys? So we're here again for another episode, and last time I promised you that we would be going spearfishing with the world champion. And here's your champion. Many of you guys do not know this, but Sam here, my girlfriend, won at the World Championship in Portugal. So her and her team of women won the women's division.
Yep, we got first place for the Women's World Cup in Portugal in 2018.
So this is my spearfishing world champion today. We're going out there. I'm gonna film her a lot, and we're gonna check out and see how she kind of hunts and how we go spearfishing like a girl. Long walk. That brings me to our first principle of spearfishing. Go where other people do not go. Now that can mean a number of different things. Anything from taking the boat a little further, to walking a little farther, to going a little deeper. But that is by far the best way to find bigger, dumber fish. The salmon graham here got caught on the cleat the other day. Florida freedivers, I think it's time for a new suit. Woo! All right, guys, it is a little bit rough, but we're doing it. Check back in the water. I'm already on the bottom here, and I'm gonna kind of break down Sam's dive and what she does right and what she does wrong, and maybe point out some of the common mistakes you guys are making too. So you can see this duck dive here looks really good, and she's got her gun down. Unfortunately, she doesn't quite bring it all the way back to her. It's close, but that arm there creates a lot of drag. So if she just brought that wrist a little bit closer to her waist, she would save a lot of drag there. You can see here, when she comes down to the bottom, she kind of turns a little bit earlier than I would. And what that does is that just slows your descent a little bit. I mean, it took her longer to get to the bottom than I would have. You can see on the bottom here, she's grunting, scratching. She's got a Roy up here in this rock. And the thing about Roy is you have to go to them. So she's using the aguado technique. She's crawling over to the fish because that Roy is not going to come. And then right here, she's on her way up, but then she sees it, presents a perfect shot, she takes it, and this was pretty awesome. This was a big Roy. This was fairly deep for her in that 60, 70 foot range, and she landed this fish. You can see on the way up, she's pulling it into her. Again, another thing I would do, I'd always secure that fish as fast as possible. Anything could happen. It could rip off, a shark could come get it. The quicker you can get your fish to you and protect it, the better.
Nice, Roy!
We shoot Roy because Roy are an invasive species here in Hawaii. Unfortunately, they have a high risk of ciguatera, so we can't actually eat them. But it's really important that they get removed from the reef when we see them.
Roy were introduced out here to Hawaii to give kind of the fishermen a grouper fishery. Unfortunately, they grow really fast, they reproduce a lot, and they get ciguatera super quickly, so we can't eat them, and because of that, they're kind of everywhere. On this next dive, I followed Sam down, and we had seen an uku from the surface. This uku was super curious, so we were like, let's try and get this guy on film. Sam had never shot an uku before, so that was the dream right here. You can see she goes down, she finds a low spot in the reef. This is exactly something I would do. I would tuck my knees down, and I would kind of be looking over the rock with the gun up there. She's scratching, she's grunting, probably doing a lot more scratching and grunting than I would do. Again, the key with the scratching and grunting is subtle. You want these fish just to be a little bit curious. You don't want to scare it away. You want it just that little bit to attract them. And usually when they're interested, I won't do anything at all. You can see this guy, he's coming in, and she does the lunge here, which is awesome. A lot of these fish, you can kind of, there'll be 1 or 2 feet out of range, and you can give yourself that little bit of boost with like 1 or 2 kicks and launch off the rocks, and you can close that distance and get a shot on a fairly wary fish. So this was her first uku here. Again, she got a great shot on it. It almost made it to the reef. It almost tore off, but she managed to seal the deal here and get him up. These uku are probably our #1 targeted fish out here. I mean, that's kind of the dream fish. They make incredible sashimi. They're incredible food fish. They're smart. They get pretty big. They're just awesome fish to hunt. You can see she's gonna be pretty excited here.
Sam, that was amazing!
On this next one, I had seen another roy from the surface. Again, this is a great example of proper hunting technique. You can see she finds that low spot in the reef. She's tucked between a couple rocks. Fins are down, laying flat. Guns out in front. She's scratching, dusting, and prepared for anything to come her way. You can even see from the surface here view of all those fish coming towards her. And that's a great, great indicator of whether you're doing it right or not. If those small fish, those pilanis, those normal fish that you wouldn't necessarily shoot are coming to you, then that means you're doing something right. She didn't get anything on that dive, but I just want to show you guys that really good example of kind of hunting from the bird's eye view. So on this next dive, again, you can see she's got that gun out in front. She takes a little bit longer to bring it up to the body than I would. If you think about it in terms of like a proper free dive technique where your gun in your hand is actually just acting like your arm. It would be the same thing as when you did that breaststroke and you brought that hand up next to you. It would do the same thing except you have the gun in the hand. So again, she levels off here earlier than I would. It takes a little bit longer to get to the bottom. I would go straight to the bottom, and then just as my head is a couple feet away from the bottom, I'll do that turn, and it's just a more efficient way to get to the bottom. Again, scratching, dusting. We're looking for a roy here that we know is in this rock. She's looking around. Again, that's something I always do, especially if I'm shooting maybe not the A-grade fish. Maybe I know there's a roy there, but I want to check and make sure there's no goats coming in or an uku coming in behind me. Again, she pulls herself forward again, the aguado technique. The roy isn't going to come to you, you have to go to it. So she does that, she shoots it. Unfortunately, she hits the rock, gets it stuck, and tears it off. So I go down on this next drop to check it out, and I see this whole school of beautiful goats come in. And there was an absolute monster in this school. All of these goats are good shooter size, and that one was big, but pretty standard. They always come in when you don't have a gun in your hand. A lot of times me and Sam hunt with only one gun, so we pass it back and forth. Keeps us together. It's just a really nice, safe, comfortable way to dive, especially with her. And so you can see these goats are just so interested. They would have presented plenty of easy shots there, but they always come in when you don't have a gun. Pretty standard. On this next one, I wanted to try something new where I was actually holding the camera in my hand, in my left hand, while hunting with the gun in my right. Now, it's pretty freaking hard, so I don't know that we're going to see a lot more dives like this, but I had to try it, and so I've got the gun there. It really kind of threw off my whole style, but you can see this goat coming in. I'm scratching, I'm grunting, I'm trying to be as still and as calm as possible down there, and trying to get this guy to come over to me. You can see jumbling the camera around there a little bit probably did not help my situation. The more relaxed you can be down there on the bottom, the less you have going on, the better. I really prefer that GoPro on the head cam where you can push the button on the top, it starts filming, and you never have to think about it again. You can see this guy is kind of interested, kind of not, doesn't really know what he wants to do. He comes in, he's going to present a shot here. It's not a real close shot, but it's definitely, I should have had this fish. And hit him there. I hit him low. I looked at the footage, and it looks like just kind of screwed it up and shot a little bit low there and lost him. So on this next one, again, I'm hunting with the camera in my left hand. You can kind of see my style of hunting there. I don't have a glove on, which is actually kind of interesting. I love gloves. I always wear them on both hands. I know some people don't wear one on the shooting hand. I always do. So it was really fishy, and it was sitting outside my house, and a mongoose freaking stole it. That's got to be like an only in Hawaii type problem. But I lost it, couldn't find it again, and had to go get a pair of replacements. So you can see this goat coming in there. It's just above the muzzle right now. It's pretty small, but I had never shot one of this species before, so I was stoked. I really wanted this fish. Unfortunately, I didn't quite follow it with the camera as well as I would have liked, and I was really focused on this fish. It was a Veke Ulu or Veke Nono. I still don't have a quite perfect answer on what it was, but shot him, let everything loose, I knew he was a smaller fish, and I really didn't want to tear him off, so I went straight for him, grabbed him, and managed to secure this beautiful little red goatfish. Again, I'm still not exactly sure in the species. Maybe you guys can help me out. If you know what this goatfish is, let me know in the comments below. But we ate him. He was delicious, sashimi grade fish, so that was super cool. I'm always stoked to shoot a fish that I've never shot before, so it doesn't happen so much anymore, so I get really excited.
They're kind of go for me. I think this is some kind of vecchi, vecchi ulu, I don't know, vecchi something. But definitely my first one. Beautiful little red goatfish. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
What a delicious fish there. Absolutely nothing better than going out there, shooting something, bringing it home and sharing it with your friends. Awesome fish, another awesome video. Stay tuned guys, we've got lots more coming. If you liked this one, go down, let me know in the comments below, give it a like, and make sure you subscribe because there's a whole lot more coming for you.